Our orders are to capture Enbar by striking the enemy's stronghold directly. How familiar are you with the geography of Fodlan?
Not very familiar.
The kingdom and the empire are separated by the impassable Ogma Mountains. Legend has it that Saint Seros once crossed over those mountains to fight against the fell king Nemesis. But don't fool yourself. Leading a large army over such steep mountains would be near impossible.
In order to infiltrate the Empire, we have no choice but to go around the mountains, either to the east or to the west.
I don't know what the difference is. And this is usually an illusion of choice anyway. So it probably doesn't matter. Let's go east.
Yes, I agree. The Alliance is currently split in two. Those who stand with the Empire and those who are against it. Leading the Imperial faction is House Gloucester, while House Regan leads those who oppose. We should take advantage of their internal conflict and proceed east along the mountains until we reach the Great Bridge of Myrddin in Alliance territory.
Why there?
The Aramid River divides Alliance and Empire territory. There are many large bridges that cross it. However, the Great Bridge of Myrddin is by far the largest, and it is also closest to the monastery. I believe you crossed that bridge 5 years ago on your journey to the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
What if the Empire and the Alliance both attack?
I'm afraid it's a possibility, but it's still more practical than passing through the west.
Perhaps our next move should be to contact House Regan and request their cooperation.
Do you think they'll help us?
Claude of House Regan is the leader of the Alliance and is firmly against the Empire. They are the enemy of our enemy. In other words, hopefully, a friend.
Are you suggesting that we ask House Regan to engage the Gloucester soldiers?
I am. If we take the bridge, then House Gloucester will no longer be able to receive support from the Empire. There's no way a man as wise as Claude would refuse our request.
And once we manage to capture the Great Bridge and gain a foothold into the Empire,
then we cross Gronder Field and head south toward Enbar.
But if we get attacked from both sides, we'll have to fight people from the Alliance, won't we?
of course, if we get blocked in by the Alliance, we'll have to fight our way out. That means you'll have to cross blades with your old schoolmates.
If you do not wish to kill familiar faces, do not tarry over the corpses of the dead.
Good advice.
Prepare yourselves. It is time to steel your souls for the task at hand.
Alrighty then, time for our new month to begin then. Terrain types. Whoa, dude!
Part 2. Azure Moon. Lone Moon. The Rose-Colored River. The Kingdom Army meets with Rodrigue in Aelel, the Valley of Torment. With the strength of House Fraldarius on their side, the time to invade the Empire is finally at hand.
Brilliant weather report as always. No, this is random, but Felix is good looking. Can't deny that. Can't deny that there. Fire Emblem character designs in general are always typically pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Have you ever played a Fire Emblem game before yourself? I might have asked that a long time ago, but I don't remember. I don't remember anymore.
Even though it's in ruins, in some strange way, this monastery never truly changes, does it? I studied at the Officers' Academy when I was young. Those memories come rushing back whenever I return. What are you doing here at this hour anyway?
I couldn't sleep.
It's the same for me. Perhaps you'll allow me to join you. Much appreciated. I keep recalling my eldest son. He was quite gifted. In fact, he was appointed a knight at the age of 15. I still vividly remember the day he was granted a sword from His Majesty.
Your son, isn't he?
Dead. He was killed 9 years ago in Dusker. All that returned of him that day were his sword and his armor. After it happened, I said something horrible to Felix. He's hated me ever since, and I don't blame him. No matter how much you grieve, the dead will never return. No magic in the world can bring them back. That's why their memory clings to the living like a curse. The more they were loved, the tighter their hold, and the more suffering they cause. I fear I am not a strong enough man to scold His Highness for his foolishness.
I know how you feel.
Since this war began, we've seen countless generals, soldiers, and citizens die. It never gets easier. Professor, I entrust the young prince and the future of Fargus to you.
I won't let you down.
You are a brave one, aren't you? One worthy of leading the Church of Seros, I dare say. You should know that I have no intention of insisting that you take back Ferdiad. All I ask is that you continue to rein in Dimitri's manic desire for revenge. Now then, we have received House Regan's consent. All that's left is for us to depart. If we make it through Gloucester territory and across the Great Bridge of Myrddin, we'll be in Empire territory. You are not afraid, are you?
A little.
No need to worry. Don't you underestimate the power of my soldiers. I'm glad you were the one to lead the Blue Lion House, Professor. I mean that.
Oh, things are happening. Anyway, yeah, let's put the chat back on the stream then. Well, we get some free singing practice, I guess. Neat. But yeah, as I was saying in the chat there, I would eventually like to pursue like some voice acting on like the side of stuff I do. Maybe not as like a main thing, but like something to do on the side. I think it'd be really cool.
Everyone should sing louder.
Like,
it feels so good just to let
but
it
it's also
out.
really hard to find positions without like paying for expensive sites for that kind of thing. But yeah, it's been your dream since you were in the 8th grade. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Like I didn't know the specific date there, but I remember you mentioning that was what you wanted to pursue. Anime voice acting, I remember that. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, it's freaking March 4th now in game. Cool. I received a birthday gift from Gilbert. Gilbert of all people. I got a letter from Gilbert. Okay. Thanks, game. Well, and anyway, wait. Dimitri accepted the battle gear of the King of Lions from Rodrigue and obtained the certification for the Great Lord class. Ooh. Happy birthday. Thanks. Oh, man. Whoa.
Whatever it
Whoa,
takes.
he's so decked out now. He changed the Great Lord class. Whoa, what are his stat bonuses in that? Let's see here. So there's High Lord, which is 3, 3, and 3 for Sword, Lance, and Authority, and then Great Lord. Oh, it's the same thing. I guess it just has like better stats or something. So it's a lordly figure who leads with unwavering authority. Dimitri dominates the battlefield with his unparalleled lance skills. Cool. Cool, man. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and save here again. Time for a new month. Time for a new exploration. That was a very interesting... Wait a second. I need to see if there's any new paralogs. There is. This one was there before. This one's new. 5 years after Rhea's disappearance, a letter that she wrote prior to that battle has surfaced. The mysterious message raises more questions than it answers. Huh. That didn't appear in my first playthrough of this. Anyway, yeah, when it comes to voice acting stuff, it is something I would like to do on the side. And I mean, I have a decent setup for it, I guess. So there's that. But like most of the voice acting sites that are out there typically expect you to pay like some fee to basically join it, and it's like, oh crap. And like all the free ones are typically not very good, unfortunately. Like right now I'm mostly just looking out there to see if there's anything that I can join to be a part of for the sake of just gaining experience, like even just working for free. I think you were doing really good, thanks, I appreciate it. Like right now I'm kind of looking around to see if there's any things where it's like I could even just do it for free just to gain experience, as long as it's not like something dumb. And one thing that I recently found, like I've only mentioned this on stream once before because there was one project before that I started being a part of and then it was cancelled, and I don't know if this one's gonna be cancelled or not, but it looks like somebody's currently working on dubbing Pokemon Emerald over, and so they needed voice actors for that, and they decided to choose me after I auditioned for a bunch as Norman, so the main character's dad, who's also one of the gym leaders and like one of the bosses of the game. So a few days ago I recorded all my lines here. I recorded 2 takes of each of them. I sent an email out basically being like, hey, here's my lines. I didn't get a response back though, so I don't know if the project's gonna go through, because I'll be honest, the guy doesn't seem super organized, at least in terms of being in contact with people. But you know, maybe in a couple years time I'll randomly find a dubbed version of Pokemon Emerald out, and with my voice in it, maybe, who knows. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. That could be a thing there. Yeah, it's definitely really neat that I was chosen there, but at the end of the day, it's also free work, so I imagine they're probably not very picky when it comes to choosing people, so it's probably not too big of an achievement there. Anyway, when it comes to voice acting in this game, like when it comes to pursuing voice acting for me in general, I'd love to be a voice actor in a game like this. Like that'd be absolutely incredible. But also when it comes to voice acting in this game series, this is actually only the 2nd time they've done full voice acting. The time before this, the game before this was on the 3DS, it was called Fire Emblem Echoes, and it was a remake of the 2nd Fire Emblem game from the 80s. And since it was a remake, they were like, okay, we've tried like partial voice acting before, let's experiment with full voice acting and see how it goes. And people loved it, so they were like, okay, for the next game we're gonna have every single line in the whole game be voice acted, except for the main characters, because the main character like doesn't really speak.
I was in the Empire. Now I will be an enemy. I am having strange feelings. It is with ease that an ally turns into an enemy. Yeah. Like, the amount of data this game must take up, and the amount of stuff they have crammed into it. Like, this is the longest game I have ever played in my life. So, how this game works, essentially, is you start out as a mercenary, you're living out your mercenary life and stuff like that. Then you save these 3 students from, like, these bandits and stuff like that. And then, like, some dude who works at this monastery here comes to, like, take the students back, and he's like, oh, thanks for saving the students. And then he sees your freaking dear old daddy-o, who's also a mercenary there, and he's like, oh, you should come back to the monastery. I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch. This Fire Emblem is one of the Nintendo exclusive titles, kind of thing. So it's one of the properties that Nintendo owns. It's a game series developed by Intelligent Systems, but it's technically owned at the end of the day by Nintendo. It's one of Nintendo's titles. So Fire Emblem is a long-running Nintendo series then. But essentially, you're taken here since freaking your dear old daddy-o used to work here, and they're like, oh, you should come back and work here again. So you come here, and they're like, oh, you just got here, you should be a professor. So you play this game as a teacher for all your students. And like, things start out pretty simple. And these 3 students that you saved are all 3 of the house leaders for the 3 different houses in this game, which is why it's called Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And they're all basically the freaking royalty of their respective areas on this continent, of the 3 areas there. So at the beginning of the game, you have to choose which one of those houses you want to lead. Whether it's Black Eagles with the Adrestian Empire, Blue Lions with the freaking Kingdom of... Why am I forgetting this stuff? Why am I losing my mind over this? Freaking... Where can I see the allegiance thing? The Kingdom of Fargus, there it is. Jeez, I can't believe I'm forgetting these things. There's the Blue Lions with the Kingdom of Fargus, or you can join the Golden Deer with the Leicester Alliance. One of those 3.
and the story changes depending on which one of those 3 you choose. So already, as is, if you want the full story, you gotta do 3 playthroughs. I chose the Black Eagles for my first playthrough with the Adrestian Empire, and turns out that one actually splits into 2 partway through, so there's technically 4 routes. So to get the full story, you gotta do 4 playthroughs. And this took me 70 hours to beat on my first playthrough, so it's already a 70-hour JRPG. But if you want the full story, you gotta do 4 playthroughs. I'm on my second one right now. I'm halfway through my second one. So this is one of, if not the longest game I've ever played in my life. It's absurd. So yeah, you initially start out in the game as a professor at this academy, and then halfway through, there's a time jump. Like 12 chapters in, 12 months in, like after being at this monastery for 1 year, there's a time jump. We're in the time jump right now. And it's right before the time jump that the professor goes from blue hair and like, I forget what color eyes, to green hair and green eyes after gaining a new power that's related to. But anyway, so basically a little bit before the time jump, the Adrestian Empire is like, hey, we used to be the rulers over like this whole continent once. Let's go do it again. And they basically declare war on the entire continent. And there's a big battle to defend this place, and then the main character's freaking washed away off of a cliff, and then apparently is unconscious for like 5 years, and then wakes up A-okay 5 years later. And then here we are with all our former students who are now 5 years older, and are now like grizzled. Dimitri, our main character, the house leader, he completely snapped. He went from like a super compassionate person to like, he just wants to basically murder the leader of the Adrestian Empire for doing what happened there. Yeah, it's a 5-year time jump, so I guess he used to be 18 there. So yeah, it's definitely pretty sudden there how it throws that on you. Like, what's Dimitri's look before this? I've made some guide videos for this game, so I probably have one of his models somewhere here for those. Like, let's see here, I probably have it in icons. If I open this here. Yeah, once that loads. For my guide video, come on, open. Why do images take so long to do that? This is him before the time jump. Like, he's just a regular old student training at this academy and stuff like this. Just like chilling and stuff like that, even though he has like a little bit of a dark side to him that starts coming out a little bit before the time jump, and then like right before the time jump he completely snaps. And then here he is 5 years later, he's all grizzled, he has an eye patch now that still hasn't been explained, so I'm kind of curious what the heck happened to his eye. That's a question I want answered. Yeah, no one ever found her. Apparently, some people have told me that's explained in this route. It wasn't explained in my first playthrough, but apparently it's explained in this route. So I'm looking forward to hearing what the explanation on that is. Yeah, he looks a lot more, you know, composed and such before the time jump there, as opposed to being all grizzled and such. So yeah, he went from like being an upstanding person who just wants the best for like his friends and his kingdom and stuff like that, and he wants to be like a great leader that like values, you know, basically all of his people and stuff like that, to literally just wanting the Adrestian Emperor dead. Like, he completely snapped. He's all murdery now. And now I heard that this route apparently has a bittersweet ending. Like, Anima was telling me that there was some tears to be shed at the end, so I'm kind of curious to see how this ends at the end of the day. But yeah, so he's kind of lost it now. He's kind of gone crazy. But yeah, so all the students here are like adults now, so, but we still are sort of teaching them here. But yeah, I do look forward to seeing how this all develops and such. And an interesting note about the main character of this game is throughout their life you basically have a voice in your head from this mysterious girl named Sothis. And you basically have no idea who she is. She has no idea who she is. She's lost her memory, but she's basically like a voice in your head who helps you out and stuff like that and gives you guidance and stuff. And as it goes on, you basically eventually come to learn that she's kind of like the goddess of this world. And she's like, I remember who I am now. And after we get trapped in like some weird other realm, she's like, oh, like I can get us out of here using my power, but I don't have a physical form to do that with. So we have to become the same person to do that. So Sothis, who had green hair and green eyes, basically gave us her power. So now we're freaking overpowered and we have green hair and green eyes. So there's a So there's like an appearance change partway through the story with that. With that there. So, like I said, I started out with the Black Eagles, and the Black Eagles being like the Adrestian Empire kind of group. And right, like a couple chapters before the time skip, it presents you with an option. And that option, like, I didn't know what it meant at the time. The two options it gave me were to go with my house leader on some weird mission, or stay at the monastery, be like, I'm busy, I'm not gonna go with you on this mission. Going with her on the mission seemed like the logical thing to do. So I was like, I'm gonna stay here. I'll do that route first and do the go with her route later to see what that does. Because I want to do the worst option first and save the best for later is what my thought process was. Turns out what the decision actually means is once this war starts, do you want to fight with the Adrestian Empire on their side, or do you want to fight against them? And I chose to stay at Monastery route instead of following my house leader, so I wound up fighting against them. So, I picked a kind of weird route for my first one. Basically losing a couple of my main characters that were in my house, considering they decided to, you know, fight with the Adrestian Empire, so I lost some of my students, so that sucked. So it wasn't, maybe it wasn't the best first playthrough to do. But yeah, green's your favorite color, so you definitely don't mind. It's my favorite color as well, so I definitely like this. And heck, speaking of cool dudes with green hair and green eyes, and Harmonia, the guy I take my hat and name from. But yeah, so anyway, I started out my first playthrough with Black Eagles winding up doing the route where you fight against the Adrestian Empire. Now I'm doing the Blue Lions, which people keep telling me is the best route, so I look forward to seeing how this develops. Then I'll do the Golden Deer route and see what that's like. And then I'm gonna do Black Eagles again, but then do the route where I side with the Adrestian Empire during this war. So we're like halfway through, a bit over halfway through the second playthrough. And how many hours do I have in? 132 and a half.
War isn't kind to you if you're a recluse. By the time you realize what's going
Ah,
on,
man.
you're already
Here's
under
Bernadetta,
attack.
who just stays in her room, even after 5
If
years.
you're off by yourself, you can get killed with no one ever even finding out.
Sounds like you're learning.
Oh, that'd be awful. Just terrible. Okay,
Oh man.
Professor, I
Anyway,
get
this
it.
game's complicated and I really want to
come
see
out.
how it develops. Like, the route that I didn't have a super crazy story. Like, for the most part, all of the routes have mostly the same first half before the time jump, and then it's like after the time jump that they have like drastically different stories where it's like completely different. So like the first half that I did was mostly the same as my first playthrough, but in terms of like the time jump on my first playthrough that I did, fighting against the Adrestian Empire with the Black Eagles house,
Maybe.
it felt like that route existed for lore purposes. The story of that one wasn't too crazy. Like, it wasn't anything that really hooked me in. It was like intriguing, and it explained a lot of questions that I had, but like that's it. It wasn't a super engaging plot there. So I think that route exists for lore purposes. Apparently this route is like a really good story and has a really bittersweet ending, and these are my favorite characters so far out of only 2 playthroughs. So I mean, I haven't been fully exposed yet, but this is shaping up like this is probably the intended, this is the meat of the story route, and the other ones exist for lore. Maybe? I don't know.
Classes is on our side. I know everything will be
This
fine
game's gonna
when we
take
do the
so
deal.
long to get through. This came out on July 26th, and I'm still busy with it. After I'm done with this playthrough, I'm taking a long break from this game because I have so many other things I want to stream, and this is taking so long.
Smart. And although Claude
It's
isn't honest about some things,
wacky.
trust him when it counts.
You're not calming my nerves.
No, I'm sure it'll be
Whoops.
fine. That's just my gut feeling, but still.
We gotta do some gardening. As always, harvest. Cool. Plant. Plant the plants. Yellow flowers, sure. Cultivate with the most expensive one, always. Let me out of the greenhouse. Also, why this is the best game ever is because you can fish. You can do this. You can just take a break from like the whole war that's going on, and you can just sit back and do like some fishing. Oh my goodness, I got a golden one. Oh my. That's probably gonna be a good fish there. Oh dang it, I didn't get a perfect then. Oh, I missed one, excellent. Hey, are you tired back there? can turn the camera up a little bit now. There we go. We got a freaking platinum fish. Cool. So yeah, you can like take a break from things and start fishing. That's always fun. Best game mode in the whole game. Hey Ash.
The area around Castle Gaspar, where I was living, is under the control of House Rowe.
But yeah, so there's like pre-time skip where all these characters are 5 years younger and they're all in like school uniforms. And now they're all like older and they're all wearing like war attire and such, ready for combat.
I might have ended up as your
Yeah, fishing's the best part of any game.
That thought makes me really happy to be here now.
It's like a pro bass fishing game here.
All of you in battle.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna have to go against some of the other students. Also, something really interesting about this game is once you start, you're stuck with like the 8 students who are in that house. But you can, like, if you make the other students of other houses like you enough, you can make them come over to your house. Like there are certain ones that you can't recruit. Like you can't recruit the house leaders who are like gonna wind up being the rulers of their countries basically, and you can't recruit basically their second in commands because they're too attached to their pals there. But I managed to recruit everybody that was possible to recruit. So I have like my handful of students here. Like this whole area right here is all what my students are. And then I have like everybody who I recruited. These are all students here who I recruited, is all these rows. And then this is like staff of the area, so they're pretty easy to recruit. You can get them pretty much by default. But these all I had to work towards. And I managed to recruit everybody it was possible to recruit. So I have a freaking bazillion units and I'm never going to be able to use any of them. Also, this is the best character in the game.
Greetings, Professor.
Nothing to report.
Lord Rodrigue is revered by all as the Shield of Fargus. I was imagining a more stern-faced fellow, but he's actually quite friendly. Shocking.
Shocking,
I heard
man.
that he recently spent the night drinking in the dining hall with soldiers from the church.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. He says that every time you talk to him.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
Whoever voice acted the gatekeeper is great. It's so sad he's only called the gatekeeper.
Oh.
Mucho Unfortunito. Is there anybody over here I can talk to? Looks like there is. I always like talking to everybody.
Here's an idea. On the north side of the Great Bridge of Murden lies the territory of Acheron of the Alliance. And to the south,
But yeah, anyway,
the
I quite like
Emperor's
this game,
Burgleys
even
territory.
if it's taking forever.
Burgleys has held the position
Oh,
of
man.
Minister of Military Affairs for the Empire.
Yeah, you should have a
ever since the
name.
days of Emperor Ione.
He absolutely should.
The current Emperor seems to have brought the corrupt nobility to heel. But Count Burgleys looks to be an exception.
And like, this is a game about developing characters and developing the bonds between them. So like, you can have over time build up like conversations with people. But the gatekeeper isn't one of them since he's not a unit that you can control in the game. But like, people have made like fan arts of like being able to talk with the gatekeeper or stuff like that. Like interacting with him the way that you can other units, and I love it.
Territory lies far to the east of the Great
Because
Bridge of
everybody
Murden,
loves the gatekeeper.
downstream of the Aramid River. For the sake of my family, I wish we could invade the Empire from there, but I do not have the power to advocate for that. Strategically, Murden is more important.
Someday we'll take it back.
Thank you, Professor. I will not give in. Not until I have
Also,
restored
no
my
matter
noble
what name
pride.
you set, it doesn't matter when it comes to the voice acting because everyone calls you Professor. That's a clever little way that they were able to work around with the voice acting. Clever indeed. Wait, what's the motivation looking like? Oh, there's several people who are half motivated. I could try to give them a lost item. How people recognize her with her changed hair? Well, I mean, when she came out with changed hair, she freaking came out of a weird portal after like stabbing open a portal back to this world after being transported away. So there was that. Oh yeah, also with this game, since the player character here is supposed to be like your own character, you can choose either male or female. Byleth is the default name. So during my first playthrough, I played as male Byleth, and now during the second one, I'm playing as female Byleth to change things up and try out other classes, because there's like certain roles you can only go into as one or the other, so that kind of
We can't let our guard down.
I've tried out some new classes this playthrough and get to see cutscenes with the other Byleth.
Through the Alliance into the Empire.
So that's neato.
Our chances for reconnaissance will be limited. I just hope it goes according to plan.
Yeah, man. Who's over here? I always like talking to everybody because the voice acting's so good. And every month that rolls over, they have new lines to say. So the amount of voice acting that packed into this game is crazy. So I love just
House Regan and House
House
acknowledging it all.
have been fighting over leadership of the Alliance.
You know?
Then this war comes along, and their opinions are split about whether to ally with the Empire or not.
Seems that's what everyone's
Their
asking.
existing enmity only worsened, leading them to full-on conflict with one another.
Yikers, man.
However, the leader of the Alliance is a very shrewd man. It's difficult to predict what he'll do at this point.
Who knows? Hey Felix, how you doing?
What? Leaving the house in my uncle's hands? What is the old man thinking? I always knew my father was mad, but this time he's gone too far.
I'm actually grateful to him.
Easy for you to say. You hardly know the man. Only a fool would abandon his own territory.
This game is so interesting, you wish you could watch some more, but unfortunately it's late and you gotta go to sleep. Yeah, that's definitely a good excuse there. I should probably call it a day soon. I'll probably wrap up this exploration here, which takes a while considering I talk to everybody before calling it a day myself. Is what I may wind up doing. But yeah, if you ever do wind up getting a Switch, because I don't think you have one, if you ever do wind up getting one, this is a must-get game, let me tell you.
You might wind up
Because it's incroyable. It's just...
I was taken in by his tricks myself.
It's just the kind of game where it's like... I'll wait for this to go through first. It's just the kind of game where it's like the moment you get into it, prepare to be into it for a long time. 132 hours I'm at right now. 132.48. And I'm just over halfway through my second out of 4 playthroughs. This was my first playthrough here. It says 64 hours instead of 67 because that was a save file from like right before I challenged the final boss. And the final boss took me 2 hours to beat. So, because it was a long map. So, there's that. So 67 hours was my first playthrough. It was a 60-part series on YouTube, which was insane length. And as of the last stream, this series is at 130 parts, not even factoring in the 5 hours from this stream yet. So, we're probably at part 135 by now. It's the longest series I've ever done and probably will ever do. It's freaking nutty. It's the kind of game that you pick it up and then it'll be the like one game that keeps you occupied with new stuff, more story content as it develops more and more for like a year. Considering there's 4 playthroughs to do to get the full story, and this is how far in I am. It's ridiculous. Man, oh man. But yeah, don't have one, but you definitely get one just to play this game. Yeah, I'm definitely quite enjoying this game. Like, it probably wouldn't be that worth it from a story standpoint from the first playthrough I did, since it seemed like it didn't develop too much. But everyone tells me this is the good route. This is like the best one out of the 4 is what people keep telling me. And it's shaping up to be really interesting. Yeah, that is a cat. There's cats and dogs all around here, but apparently you can't pet them. But the devs have acknowledged this, and they said they'll be adding an update in the future that lets you pet the dogs and cats.
I've got so much energy.
So
let me at that great bridge of Murden. I'll bust it down myself.
Because people complained that they couldn't pet the cats and dogs.
Then how do we cross?
So apparently at some point in the future they're gonna add an update that lets you pet them. Yeah, that is awesome. I quite like that. Wait, Alois is in line here? Also, this guy's like one of the best characters.
I thought House Fraldarius had an invasion of their own to worry about. I'm impressed Lord Rodrigue was willing to provide us all these reinforcements and
I love his voice actor.
The Knights' morale is really boosted, seeing as they have had their first good meal in a while. Let's hope we can keep this up and take down the Great Bridge of Murden.
That's one of the things that I did on my first playthrough. I remember that. So that's one of the things that overlaps. Anyway, yeah, I do quite... This game's gonna keep me busy for so insanely long, but it's definitely super fun at the end of the day there. For sure. But yeah, if you're calling it a day there, then thanks for stopping by and hanging out. It has been definitely a hot while, so thanks so much for stopping by. It's always so fun seeing, like, people who haven't been here in a while. That's always super welcome to see. I'll do that thing over there later. And yeah, if you ever want to chat sometime, you know where to find me on Twitch/Discord. Easy peasy.
Lord Rodrigue, we have more soldiers to feed now, so we'll still need to
You miss watching my amazing streams? Well, I don't even know what to say to things sometimes. I'm glad that people can sometimes be entertained by a long-haired weirdo like me, I guess.
I think we have enough extra to make some tasty
Is all I can say there.
I'll go scout the pantry.
But yeah, thanks. Thanks for that comment there. Stuff like that means a lot. That'd be wonderful.
We can enjoy it together over some tea.
Absolutely. Hey, Lizathea.
I'm sure you know this already.
How you doing here? But yeah, if you ever want to chat, I'm typically on Discord.
Empire from across a river, similar to the Gloucester.
Cool.
Even so, they refuse to yield to the Empire.
I think that's why it's so amazing, because I'm a long-haired weirdo.
The Empire did unthinkable things to my family and to me.
The pieces are all coming together.
Here is winning. Professor, you must promise we will overcome the Empire.
Look at the look Mercedes is giving me. She's like, how dare you talk to Lizathea instead of me? I thought we were having a conversation over here. Can't believe you. Anyway, who's lost things? There's some people that are like halfway motivated. Like, Lizathea's halfway motivated. Do you have any lost items? Like, before the time skip, the characters will like lose items around the monastery and it brings up their motivation if you return it to them. Like that. But after the time skip, they don't lose things anymore. So I only have like a limited amount of lost items that I can give back to them now. There we go. Now she's fully motivated for her classes, for her next lessons. For her upcoming lessons there. I wonder if Felix has lost anything. He's halfway motivated. But yeah, definitely stop by your streams and message you on Discord more often. Glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that things have been going at least somewhat well there. I know things can be kind of all over the place.
I know nothing about it. Ask someone else.
Yeah, how about I go through my entire bucket of lost items here? There you go. There's one thing that you lost.
I know nothing about.
That's literally the strategy. Like, you can read it to see what hints it gives for who lost it, but the best thing to do is literally just take the whole freaking bin of lost items and shove it in their face until they say, oh yes, I lost that. How did you know? That's basically the play there. But yeah, have a good night. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night there. Time to pick up a whole bunch of random items off the ground. Oh, we got an intermediate seal. That was a nice pickup there. Oh, I gotta go to the market and pick up master seals. They were out last time I was there. I forgot about that. Pick up lots of things. Ooh, there's one here. Let's go to the Holy Tomb. Since that's a new game plus thing. Since that's a thing there to do. Look how stretched out she is back there. As she starts relaxing into the night, she stretches out more and more and more, and now she's just all legs. Hey dude, still saying nothing. I have no idea what that means. Umbral Steel, that's a nice pickup. Got another T. Critical ring. Ooh, that could be good for some of the builds I do. It looks like there's nothing else here. Alright. Good chat, other version of me. Good chat. Let's return to the monastery. Good discussion we had there. It took me so long to realize that this is controlled with motion controls. Way longer than it should have. It always felt like the left stick was doing something or other, but it does nothing. It takes way too long to load between the monastery and the Holy Tomb. Like, holy crap. There's somebody not in my army over here? Oh, because it's Rodrigue.
Even after all these decades, the academy hasn't changed a bit.
It's pretty destroyed.
I remember it well, even now. I used to sneak out of lectures with Lambert almost every day.
I don't know who that is.
I suppose this is not the time for an old man's nostalgia. We have received approval from House Regan. We should set out as soon as you're ready.
Cool. Who's in here? Hey, Flane.
Being here brings back all manner of memories. The days I spent studying here with you and everyone else. Those days were so special to me. They were truly some of the warmest days of my life. I hold them dear in my heart. And now, to be forced to fight with those I was once so close to, my friends, it is most saddening.
Sorry, Flane. Have you lost anything? Have you maybe lost anything after 5 years? Meh. You apparently haven't. I guess I'm gonna have to feed you to motivate you. Gonna have to spend an activity point on that. It seems like. Training grounds. Is anybody out here? There usually is. Hey, Leonie.
Lord Rodrigue seems reliable, but even with his help, aren't we still a little short-handed? We can probably make it to the Great Bridge of Murden, but beyond that, I don't know. Don't let Dimitri push you too much, Professor. It'll shorten your life for sure.
Probably. I'll do advanced drills later.
Lord Gwendol was pretty tough.
Not
If he had
really.
been on our side, he would have been a great ally. But it was Lord Gwendol himself who made the decision to throw his lot in with the Empire alongside his liege. I will neither pity him nor mourn for him. It would be an insult to his honor to follow the path of justice as long as life endures. That is the duty of a Knight of Farkas.
It's an advanced bow tournament, and it gives a silver bow plus. Not bad, not bad. But my activity points are probably better spent elsewhere, though. Typically. Hello.
Gwendol made the ultimate sacrifice in service of House Rowe. I understand that feeling. I'd do anything for Lady Rhea.
Also, I just now remembered, I think the game and my voice are like a second out of sync. So I said hello after, like, a solid second after the NPC said hello. So would that actually have been, like, perfectly in sync? Or some other weird situation. I understand it too.
I'm surprised. I didn't peg you as the kind of person to say
I'm
that
just saying
sort
what
of thing.
people like, even though I don't think I
At
can
any rate,
build up support
it's
with
up
you
to
at
the
all.
individual how to demonstrate loyalty.
Whoopie
The
bop.
Aramid River separates the Empire and Alliance. It's the largest river in Fodlan. Sometimes it'll flood when there's lots of rain, but at least the land gets some extra water.
Yeah. Okay, Sylvain is over here.
I had an encounter with Lord Gwendol. How many years ago was it? Back before the academy, I met this girl who I fell madly in love with. And her dad tried to kill me. I suppose he just tried to scare me, but I was sure I was gonna die. Oh yeah, her dad? Lord Gwendol. Crazy, right? I never thought I'd seriously be trying to kill the guy in battle. I kind of don't know how to make sense of it.
Who's over here? There's Ingrid.
Just like House Fraldarius, House Galatea is currently being invaded by the dukedom. My family is not as wealthy as most others, so we are incapable of sparing resources or reinforcements. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating not being able to do anything to help.
Hey, Marianne.
My adoptive father is planning on supporting the Regan family in the upcoming operation. He says it's the perfect opportunity to get both the Alliance and the Kingdom on his side. He even insisted that I promote the good name of House Edmund to the people of the Kingdom.
Do you really need to promote them?
He'll see right through me if I lie, so I can't ignore the request. But I suppose I did just tell you, so that must count for something.
Alright, there's somebody out here to go talk to. Hello, soldier.
Sir, we were raised by Lord Rodrigue himself to be the elite of the elite.
The 10 elites,
Even
not
if
the
our
10
enemy
elites.
is the Empire's vast army, we can overcome the difference in numbers. The one thing that could prove to be a problem is if our food and supplies don't hold up. If we attack the Imperial capital before the Kingdom capital, we'll have to be swift if we want to prevail.
Looks like there's nobody over here. Is there anybody on the bridge? Answer is no, so I may as well fast travel over then. I may as well. It'll be faster anyway. Gilbert has a mission,
House
or a
Fraldarius
quest,
is
or
a
whatever.
military house. They swore fealty to the royal family at the kingdom's founding. The current family head, Lord Rodrigue, was raised like a brother to the former king.
Owl.
He harbors a loyalty that goes beyond mere duty. Perhaps this is why he was willing to lend us his aid.
View quest.
I have a request.
It seems that, despite the danger, merchant traffic continues to increase. We should take action before there is an incident. So to ensure the safety of traveling merchants, take down bandits on the trade route. Once you complete this quest, a new merchant will appear in the marketplace. Oh, the marketplace! I need to go get freaking master seals. I gotta go do that right now. I'm gonna forget otherwise. I will forget. For sure.
Oh-ho.
Oh-ho! Master seals. I need them. Wait, let me sell first. Got that extra large bullions. Oh yeah, I forgot to give people this stuff back. I gave them other items. Dang it, my mages who are just holding like vulneraries and stuff can totally put that stuff on. I completely forgot. Whoops.
This one?
Yeah, extra large bullion.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and buy. There's no master seals there.
Please come again.
You have master seals here.
Welcome.
Ooh.
Is that
Ooh, unlimited master seals. 7 of them.
Thanks a bunch.
That'll keep me stocked up for a while. Yeah, let's also do that before I forget. Who has free inventory space? Who would like an additional crest thing? Crest thingy-merbob. I guess I could put one of Sylvain's things away. Let's look at my other mages first. Yeah, we can get rid of a vulnerary and make space for an additional crest item. I forgot about these. I took them off there. I forgot to put them back on. I'm so dumb. Oh, man. Crest of Earnest, allowing weapon attacks to occasionally prevent counters. Nope. Occasionally increasing the might of magical attacks. Ooh. Might of combat arts. Occasionally conserving uses of attack magic. Sometimes increasing the might of recovery magic. Allowing combat arts to sometimes prevent counterattacks. Weapon attacks sometimes prevent counterattacks. Frequently increasing the might of combat arts. Occasionally conserving the use of recovery magic. And like soul for sometimes it activates, but like soul kind of for combat arts. So occasionally conserving the uses of recovery magic would be really good for Mercedes, considering Fortify, the very limited uses of it. You know? So if we get more uses out of it because of the Dark Dragon sign, like is there any other ones that conserve uses of recovery magic? Increase the might of recovery magic? Nothing else that conserves it. So yeah, let's do the Dark Dragon sign there. Like as long as you have extra inventory spaces that you don't need, we can just fill it with freaking crest stuff. If we want. So what would you want here, Annette? What might you want? That's a weapon attacks one. That's a combat arts one. Increases the might of recovery magic. So that's like the crest of Sethleen that Blaine also has. So we could also give it to Annette. Is what we could do. She doesn't have physics, so she can only heal from close range. That could be handy. But yeah, we are gonna have her as a Dark Knight, so we could have like conserving the uses of attack magic. Like, what if we take that there? Yeah, all your slots are gonna be filled and such. Or maybe I want the... Oh, that's conserving uses. Occasionally increasing might of magic attacks. Yes. Increases might of recovery magic. Ooh, and Dorothea does have physic. So yeah, let's increase the might of recovery magic and increase the might of attack magic then. Is what we can do. Let's see here. Increases the might of combat arts. Okay, so prevents counterattack. Oh, that's weapons though. Combat arts. Increases the might of combat arts. Weapons. Okay, yeah, I guess I've used all the magic ones then. We could give the physic one to Marianne is what we could do. You know? Like, increase the might of magic attacks for Dorothea and increase the might of recovery magic for Marianne here. Like, let's see here. What else do we have? Sometimes restoring stuff there. Increase might of combat arts. I don't use combat arts a lot with her, but sometimes I'll use Soul Blade. I don't know, just in case I use Soul Blade, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, maybe something like that. I'm curious, what does it take to repair that axe? Yeah!
Hey there.
I'm curious. Mithril. I don't have a lot of mithril. Do I have any other unique weapons like that can use repairing? Just to see what it takes? Because I know it's umbral steel for a lot of things, including the Sword of the Creator. So I could always use the Sword of the Creator if it comes to be like a rainy day. Do you have red bar, whatever the heck now?
Come back anytime.
Okay, now we go back up here. I wonder if there's certain crests that would be useful to redeem for renown, like more crest items, considering my mages do have some extra inventory space a lot of the time.
The Great Bridge of Murden isn't just a bridge. It has the features of a fortress.
I remember.
I believe it was built for military purposes by the first leader of the Adrestian Empire. In other words,
that part I don't remember.
It's even older than the monastery.
But I remember taking it in my first playthrough.
Occupy the Great Bridge, we'll have to search it from top to bottom.
Gotcha. Oh, I haven't checked notes. Oh, there's only one note. Hope to improve my riding skills before our next battle. Any suggestions for where to begin? I want people to see me on horseback and say, "He reigns supreme." Start by befriending the horse you'll be riding. You're out of time, the next battle awaits us. I'm choosing to ignore your puns. Start by befriending the horse you'll be riding. There we go. Oh man. Hey Dimitri, how you feeling?
If you stand in my way, I will strike you down.
Okay, chill. I just wanted to ask if you wanted to have a Snickers, man. Okay, where are we going next here? Linhart. Man, oh man. It's so weird how there's like the invisible wall here of the corner. Like, why doesn't this thing have a hitbox of a circle like it should be? Why does it have the hitbox of a square?
Since I'm originally from the Empire, it seems no one trusts me with any important tasks. Fine by me. Honestly, I bet they're watching my every move to make sure I can be trusted.
I'm sure they're not.
If I were in charge, it's what I would do.
Well. Are those 2 spots filled yet? They're still not. What do I have to do to fill these 2 spots? Because it goes from like part 1, part 2, right to part 5. Is there just no part 3 or 4? Did they just not exist, maybe? Let's go this way first. And then we'll go down the hall. Okay, rude. Hey, Dorothea.
We're going to invade the Empire, which means we'll be fighting people we know, won't we? If we're attacked by someone we know or used to think of as a friend, is it permitted to run away?
I wouldn't blame you.
Really? If something happens, will you keep me safe?
You're fully motivated. I keep forgetting who's lost, or not who's lost things, but who has half motivation.
Next, we face the Great Bridge of Murden. We actually crossed it a long time ago. Do you remember? It was 5 whole years ago.
During the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
It seems like so long ago, doesn't it? It's odd how fast time flies. Everyone was still friends then. After the fighting, we all ate together without splitting into our separate houses. I often wish we could go back to those peaceful days.
Have you lost anything in that? Maybe? Because I only have, like... Okay, the handful of lost items. That was one. Okay, cool.
So, the renowned Shield of Fargus is now on our side. That is quite reassuring. Not only will he provide valuable support in battle, but he has also brought us much-needed supplies. We cannot grow complacent, however. We must take the Imperial capital as soon as possible.
I don't know why I was checking you for lost items. Okay, what even is the point of these billboards? It just shows, like, you Just shows your quests. Weekly announcements. On the bulletin board. You just spawned out of nowhere. Professor.
Professor?
Heyo.
Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to?
I'll try to make everyone like me. I'll say yes.
I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
Why am I checking the freaking staff that I never use for their motivation? Always the Crest of Flames.
The battle at ALL was a tactical marvel. You grow stronger with each passing day.
With my strategy of shoving the strong units in first. I mean, the one cool thing that I did during that battle was teleporting Ash from one chest to another on other sides of the map in one turn.
Where does your
That was actually not half
and
bad.
your Crest's power begin? Are they one and the same, I wonder? Most intriguing. Yet it is quite difficult to draw useful conclusions given the situation. It is quite unfortunate I did not achieve my research goals before the war broke out. So much unknown. Now, I fear I will not have those answers even by conflict's end. So very frustrating.
Alright, who else is there to talk to here? Just Cyril?
So, Lady Rhea must be so scared. We gotta find her quick as we can. We got reinforcements from the Kingdom people now, right? Then we ought to be able to go save her.
You're halfway motivated. Wait, I've checked you for lost items already, haven't I? Once before. You didn't have anything lost. I think. Someone who has a deep connection to Rhea. Who the heck would that be? Probably Catherine. Yeah. Wait, who? Still at half motivation. Ash. Marianne. Blaine I tried, I think. Or was it Marianne I tried already? Blaine, Marianne, Ash. Blaine, Marianne, and Ash. There's Ash. Have you maybe lost anything? Where is he? Professor. Okay, that's just Hilda in there. Ugh. Oh, Ash is right there.
If I don't think.
Have you? Okay, you have lost something. Cool. So now Marianne. Okay, Flane is the one that I already tried, I think. So Marianne, let's see if she's lost anything. Let's see here. Have you maybe lost something 5 years ago? Apparently not. I'm also running out of lost items there. Okay, time to go to the dining hall then. Real quick. Maybe I'll choose somebody to not train again. So we need Flane, Marianne, and Cyril. So maybe I'll choose one of them to just not train. Flane likes it, so I guess I'll train her. And Marianne can use the motivation more than Cyril can. Considering Cyril's further along since we've had him for longer. Look, it's just sandwiches. Sandwiches. Okay, now I can do faculty training for the rest. Sure. Sure, man. Let's get to C with that sooner. You two want to train me in magic, or almost a B+ with it. Maybe we'll be able to get to B+ here. We should be able to. Yeah, one more faculty training, and that'll be it there. Who else can train me in magic? Who can train magic? Can Marianne? Oh, she didn't have the hourglass symbol over her, so she can't do faculty training. Right.
He says...
Yeah, advanced drills. Because Marianne's skill level's lower than my own. Well then, you'd think Sylvain would be able to since he's a black magic dude. But he can't. Flame can only do lances for some reason. Okay, we can go this way and get some magic training. Is what we can do. There we go, B+. Nice.
This experience is critical.
Indeed it is. I could probably learn something useful here. Ooh, I can progress flying to help out with advancing towards potentially a Wyvern Lord. Is what I can do for Defiant Crit. Is what we can do. That could be spicy there. Yeah, I need the training in that. Can definitely help. Quite a decent bit.
Professor, whether it's
Boopity bop. Yes, maybe we'll progress that a little bit. Go ahead and keep working on this. And what's the last thing that I'm gonna want to train? I don't know, man. What kind of stuff am I maybe working towards here? Oops. Wrong buttons. Like... I mean, Brawl is going up on its own throughout battles. I could progress Bow or Lance or something. I don't know. Or Sword. But Sword should also be going up on its own in battles with Enlightened One. Like, Brawling and Sword are going to be going up the fastest in battles as long as I'm in this class here. So, I mean... Is anyone on the 3rd floor? Okay, no. So, yeah, I don't know.
So, Lady Ray, we got
Oh yeah, flying. I forgot there was one more person who could teach me flying. It was Cyril. Anything else I want to do here? I don't think so. Let's see some support conversations in a sec here. Let's do it. We can get to the final support conversation between Sylvain and Ingrid here.
Hey Ingrid, how are you? I mean, what are you? Are you, off to train again?
No, I'm headed to town to buy supplies. But I'll be training after that, naturally. Why?
Oh, I just thought you looked serious as ever. I guess that part of you hasn't changed.
Of course it hasn't. I am as I ever was.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess you're right.
You're being weird. Have you always been this weird and I just never noticed?
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't think so. By the by, have you, fallen for anybody recently?
Don't be ridiculous. What are you even bumbling on about?
Well, everyone's been talking about how you got really, pretty. Just, all of a sudden.
Oh, you must be referring to the makeup. It's not a big deal or anything, just experimenting. I'm still learning. Did I mess something up?
Huh? No, I think it looks good. You did surprisingly well. I mean, considering that it's you.
Very funny. But I must say, I'm a bit surprised. It's unlike you to stumble over yourself this much.
What? No, I'm not. I'm just, curious about why. All of a sudden.
Why what? Why I'm wearing makeup?
I'm still guessing it's for a guy. If I had to try and guess what sort of guy, I suppose I'd say... Felix? No, wait. I'm forgetting the royal line. Dimitri would be a way better catch.
Wow, way to make assumptions.
Is it one of the knights? If it's not them... Wait, could it be me?
Don't make me hurt you.
No need for violence, it was just a joke. I mean, it's not a joke that you're beautiful, but I wasn't trying to hit on you or anything. Promise.
Beautiful, huh?
I hit the A button too fast there because I didn't realize that there was going to be a laugh sound at the end. Dang it, game. Oh, we can get a final one here, too.
There you are, Ingrid.
Whoa, hi, Ash. You seem excited. What's that you're holding?
A book I found in town. I bought it for you.
For me? Ash, this looks very costly. Antique books like this are never cheap. Wow. The cover is stunning, and the binding is still in fantastic condition.
I drove a hard bargain. Still, I'll probably have to cut back on my spending for a while.
Why did you go to so much trouble?
It wasn't easy, but as soon as I came across this legend, I knew you had to read it too.
Well then, I will read it. Oh, the knight on the cover looks striking.
Fascinating, right? I was captivated from the moment I laid eyes on the cover.
There's an aura of stoicism intermingled with beauty, even amid a gruesome battle. Wait, looking closer at the face, this knight is a woman.
Yes, and she was a real historical figure. She was born into a noble family and bore a crest, but she was accepted into the king's service as a knight. She fought in many battles at her king's side, serving him all her life as his right hand. Oh, sorry, I've said too much. I didn't mean to spoil the story for you. I'm just so excited. I hope you enjoy it too.
Thank you for the encouragement, Ash. Living as a knight is certainly not an easy task. I know it will mean much pain, strife, and heartache. But I still want to pursue that dream. Talking to you has reminded me. I'm not the type who gives up easily.
That's the Ingrid I know.
So to start, I'm going to read this book.
Great! When you're finished and freshly inspired, we'll talk about becoming knights. Not the ones in stories either. The real thing.
I look forward to it, Ash.
Yeah, those two seem very much to work well together there. Linhardt has a conversation with Liza Thea, apparently.
Aha, Lysithea. It's wrong to tease, yet I can hardly help myself. I know a secret. Your secret, in fact.
I think you mean a baseless rumor. Why are you wasting your time? And mine, for that matter.
Well, it's a secret that could completely overturn what is considered common knowledge in crest research.
Shut your mouth! Just... Let's go talk somewhere other than here. Okay, where did you hear about it?
There was a sort of accident in Professor Hanneman's room.
I should have figured. You haven't told anyone, have you?
Of course not. If someone else were to learn you have 2 crests, I might lose you as a test subject.
Please stop talking so loudly. So what if I have 2 crests? If you insist on speaking of it, please do so quietly.
My intuition was correct. You do have 2 crests.
Wait, what? Did you just trick me?
Trick is such a strong word. I think of it as testing a hypothesis. The truth is, I simply made an educated guess.
Well, now that I've confirmed it for you, there's not much I can do.
I disagree. For example, you could tell me if you were born with them, or is the source magical? What does it feel like to use both crests at the same time? Is it pleasant, painful, euphoric?
Enough is enough! I am done talking about this. As though I'd speak of this to the likes of you.
I understand her desire for privacy, but to refuse my request for knowledge? It's, well, it's rude.
Poor Linhardt, he just wants to learn things. He just wants to learn things about stuff and junk. Okay, let's, well, specifically crests. Okay, let's do the lesson here. Real quick. Time for some teaching. Who wants to get taught? Oh yeah, I could have Felix work on sword stuff. I guess I'll turn these off. I know it blocks things. Yeah, let's just wind up doing stuff like this then. That's what we can do. Ash needs to work on writing for us to be able to get him in a master class. Okay, Sylvain doesn't really need anything right now, apart from, like, building up skills for, like, Vantage and Wrath. Yeah, we could always build up stuff here more. What we could do. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Why ever not? Ooh. Ooh. Nice.
It was quite a challenge.
Cool.
I see.
Oh yeah, I also have to go through inventory and put on that sword that I got from Marianne's thing. This is what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, we'll work on this for now. This is what we'll do. I gotta remember to do that. Speaking of Marianne, you could use some help. You could use a little bit of help here. So is that why she's trained in sword here? Oh yeah, I was gonna unlock Frozen Lance first. I forgot about that. Cool, that should be Frozen Lance. Yep, just as I expected. So now she can apply magical prowess into lances. So, yeah, I think my plan for her is have her be a lance and sword wielding holy knight. Is my plan there. Because with that sword, she'll be able to apply her magical prowess into the sword, and with the Frozen Lance combat art, she'll be able to apply her magical prowess into the lances too. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, Flame could use some help. I'm tempted to get to A+. Done.
Well worth the effort.
Dang, it wasn't white magic range +1. I guess that's what happens at S, I think then? For some reason I thought it might have been A+. You're only halfway motivated, so let's see here. Let's work towards getting some wacky skills on Sylvain. Is what we can do. Let's do it. Here we go. Nice. So let's go ahead and begin the training then.
I got a question.
Ooh, we can get up the rest of his motivation with this. I don't think there's much difference between Elmira and Fodlan, but everyone seems to think Elmira is so completely different. Why is that? So, it's prejudice towards unknown places, nothing more. There's a long history of opposition between the two. I'm sure there are lots of differences. It's just prejudice towards unknown places, man.
You're probably right.
You're probably right. Nice. No, Bernadetta, you're gonna learn weird things in this playthrough. If I have to hit someone, I want to do it from so far away that there's no way I can get hit back. I think I want to master the bow, and then people everywhere will know me as Bernie the Sniper. You were Bernie the Sniper on my last playthrough. You're learning weird things this time, okay? You had your way last time. This time I have my way. It's Ignaz's birthday. Okay. What do you like, Ignaz? You apparently like... Dagda Fruit Blend, Lavender Blend, and Saros Tea. The heck? If only these were actually, like, sorted. So Dagda, Lavender, Saros. Oh, here's Lavender.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm not very discerning, but I do love this kind of tea.
Sweet.
You have my thanks.
The way he said tea was weird. He said it almost like a question there.
Isn't
it was like
nice?
It's just strange. I was like, but I do like this kind of tea. It was almost like he had more to say in that sentence, but was cut off. Ideal Professor. What? With how studious he is. Actually, I don't know that much about him. Dang it, man. Counting on you.
I get it.
I get it. He says.
Yes?
Oh crap, school days.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it, he says.
I don't know what I can do, but I'm prepared to assume responsibility for my future.
People hate it when you nod at them, right? He didn't like being nodded at.
Thank you for the delicious tea. I'd be happy to join you again whenever you like.
He really didn't like being nodded at. Man, oh man. He's pretty distraught. Didn't gain any charm that time. It's probably too high.
Let's give it our all.
Looks like you're stuck with me.
Here's the result, Professor.
Oh, it's just a good this time instead of a perfect. Oh, Felix is so close to B+ in Faith Magic, it hurts me. He'll be able to gain it there in battle.
I understand more every day.
Yeah, I understand now.
Only 2 things up. It was looking almost like it was gonna be nothing for a sec there. That's what it was kind of looking like. Anyway, yeah, I'll wrap things up here in a second. First of all, wait, I gotta save first before I try reclassing anybody by chance. Could be something interesting and new to try out, but not very useful from a skill standpoint, but it'd be very nice from like a skill mastering standpoint. From a building up skill standpoint with both sword and reason magic, because oh, it doesn't actually show the bonus skill points here. Dang it, man. But yeah, this could be a very good way to get experience with both swords and reason magic at once. Like if I have reason magic on, we should be able to get bonus points with that, and we can switch to enlightened one when we want to gain experience with like sword brawling and faith magic and authority. But this can be like for building up experience with reason magic while still having sword as like a main secondary weapon. So it's probably a good thing to unlock there. And Grimoire is good for just generally learning magic. And we get double the uses of magic there too, so I mean, this could be very good for being like magic centered for a little while. Like we don't get double the magic uses there. It's just sword and reason magic too. So maybe I'll change over to Grimoire for now, I think. Because we can probably get quite a few bonus skill points with that, right?
I've set my sights higher.
Yes, let's change into that class. Let's have a look-see here at what... So yeah, this is like +3, +2, +3, +3, which is pretty nice there. So I can have melee weapons of sword brawling, build up faith magic experience, and get some free authority on top of that. So that's very good when it comes to bonus skill experience. As for Grimoire, yeah, that's 3 in both forms of magic. So this is the one to go to when it comes to me wanting to build up reason magic skill on my professor there. So maybe I'll stay in this until we get to A in reason magic or something. Also, have I mastered enlightened one already? Yeah, I have. Yeah, it could be something else to master just because. Especially since it'll carry over to other save files. I know that's a female exclusive class, and I'll be playing as male Byleth in the next playthrough, even though it gives a pretty useless skill. I'm pretty sure it's Defiant Magic. Yeah, now that that one was successful, let's go ahead and save before trying out any other ones. Yeah, Dimitri's gonna be tricky if I ever want to reclass him again, but I might not need to. I wouldn't mind giving him Defiant Crit, but there's no way I'm gonna be able to build up his flying. Maybe in a future playthrough of this route. That wouldn't happen for probably well over a year, considering how long this game is. Maybe I train him in flying, I don't know. I mean, could be a good way for building up both sword and reason magic, but we don't need to try to unlock it right now. For sure, reclass him as a thief there. 5 only. It seems like... Yeah, you already have a master class unlocked that you're working on. 31%. Really have to get that riding ability up. And net here, 30%. Yeah, really gotta build up the riding there. Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing this, but like, maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. We can leave her as is for now. We can always get Vantage on you. It might be a bit late to get Vantage plus Wrath at this point. But Vantage alone could also be handy to have. I only have the one intermediate seal. It's the one that I picked up on the ground.
I
passed thanks to you, Professor.
So if we ever have you as an adjutant or something, that could be something good to put you into. Let's see here. Yeah, Gremory's already mastered. We have 86% for Mortal Savant, which would help her work on sword ability. That's what we could do. Really, still no chance here. Yeah, I really need to build those up then. Seems like 85% chance for Flame. And Gremory could be pretty solid with her for the double uses of... Oh, thinking about people who aren't going to be Gremorys. Freaking... Where are you, Marianne? Where is that sword? Yeah, it's a freaking hero's relic. Crest of the Beast. Magic weapon. Crest bearer can use Beast Fang. Sweet! I had no idea she'd get her own hero's relic when I thought that maybe I'd throw her into my team. I just thought she'd be nice as another adjutant that would heal. That's all I thought there. Minor Crest of the Beast. Minor crest of a hero whose identity was lost to history. Promises contempt for those who bear it. Occasionally raises might when using a weapon. So yeah, it seems like sword and lance would be something very good for her to stick with then. So yeah, using sword when it's that weapon, because it's a magic weapon, and using a lance whenever we're using frozen lance typically, since her strength is pretty low. Cool. Yeah, before I try any other reclassing here, let's see about Flame. That's what we should do here. Cool. There's something else I was gonna do. I forget. Oh yeah, I was gonna rearrange skills. I saw what Marianne's skills were and knew I had to rearrange them.
I have succeeded.
You have succeeded. Something new for you to work on now. Yeah, let's go ahead and see whose abilities we might need to change around here. We took the bow off you, so we can take off close counter and replace it with... Could always do lance prowess is what we could do. Or we could do useless. I mean, hit plus 20 is probably better than lance prowess 3. Honestly. So hit plus 20 it is for now then. Oh, we already have special dance on. Interesting. So yeah, there's Sword of Void plus 20, which is a dancer thing. Then we have Black Magic Crit plus 10, which is his own unique thing. Ooh, Fiendish Blow is very, very nice there. Do like having special dance. Yeah, give that nice buff there. You can always have Vantage on. Cool, something like that. Yeah, that's fine. Anything else I want on there? Probably not. Let's see here. Yeah, Defiant Magic's kinda kinda not anything too crazy there. This is probably best as is right now. Yeah, I was gonna keep on working on your authority and then make you a nice rally bot and such. We could always throw on renewal. That's what we could do, because that's a pretty alrighty skill there, especially for tanks. Like, Annette's not gonna be a tank, but it's also so hard to get on actual tanks since you typically never train them in Faith Magic. Anything I want there? Seal Defense could be handy for things like Demonic Beasts, like that one battle that we were in. And I know the seal skills are also pretty rare, considering most of them are from budding talents and things. Oh yeah, I had Axe Prowess on because we were going to work on that for a little bit. Forgot about that. Let's put on Seal Defense, actually. Change my mind about it all. Yeah, I don't care about the randoms here. Yeah, I do want to have on your unique budding talent of White Magic Void plus 20. That can be handy there. Definitely Fiendish Blow. We can just throw on Reason and Faith there. And I don't know, Miracle in case it bails me out, I guess. Why ever not? As for this here, yeah, I don't know. I don't really care too much about battalion endurance. It's not like we're hurting for funds to replenish those. So yeah, just in case as an emergency bailout, I guess, is what we can do there. Yeah, you don't exactly have a lot right now, do you, Marianne? Yeah, both of those, and then, sure, lances too, I guess. Miracle. There you go. And then, yeah, we still, oh yeah, we still don't have Vantage on you. I forgot. I forgot about that. Bow prowess is gonna be more useful than lance prowess, because we typically just use axes and bows with them, honestly. Oh yeah, we could, oh, seal defense is probably the wyvern rider thing. We could always throw that on somewhere. But like, these skills here are pretty solid, so we probably don't need seal defense. Well, plus 20 avoid, plus 10 crit avoid, plus 7. I don't know, sure, we'll leave it like that, I suppose. So, yeah. Look how tired she is. It's almost 4, I guess. But yeah, so next time, we'll probably do 3 battles. Or we could just, you know, explore 2 more times in a row and then battle at the end. To like maximize skill points up, since I'm not going to be gaining them that many levels anyway. Yeah, we'll probably do that next time. We'll probably explore twice, battle right at the end. I think that might be my go-to system. Is always battle last day of the month, explore every day before that. So next time, after all the explorations, we're probably going to wind up doing these 2 paralogs and a quest. Seems like a good plan there. Skip. Let's not skip. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna call the stream here. I've been streaming this for a while now. So, thanks all who stopped by and hung out. I'm really tired. I'm gonna go sleep now. See ya.